Trying to find some shade here. Heck. Good morning. Do we have any service here? About to sneeze. Dang it. Oh, look, there's my shadow. Good morning. I figured I'd jump on here for a minute. Thank you. I got into some. I've never had allergies till I got to about 40 years old. And all of a sudden, I started getting little bits of allergy here and there. There's one particular weed over here. I don't know what the heck it is. Ragweed or something. What are y'all yelling about? Did somebody pull in here? I was hoping to catch Rufus. He was actually talking to me this morning for the first time in 2 or 3 months because it was actually cool this morning. I mean, it's going to be 100 today, but it's cool this morning. Oh yeah, I actually pulled a bunch of honey out of a tree here about 2 years ago, and I still got 3 or 4 jars left. Real dark. It does help some. It's just this time of year, whatever ragweed or whatever it is. Man, I need to move into the shade. I'm cooking right there. There we go. I was hoping Rufus would do it again, but he was talking pretty good this morning. I think I got it recorded, I hope. Will a cow eat hamburger? No. Yeah, they can. That's what happened with Mad Cow. They started grinding up bone meal and different things, feeding it back. And they should not eat that stuff ever. So that stuff is cheap protein, leftover byproducts. Pretty good looking crew, huh? Oh my gosh, I've been back here working on fence, and I looked, and my buggy, the Ranger, was right down here. And it was so weird because I really never even heard him touch it. And it was gone, like completely gone. And I get to looking, it's down there in that big deep ditch. And I don't know who did it, but I bet we all got a good guess. I'm gonna park it back down there. See what the heck going on, set my camera up. What was my video last night? What was it? Oh, the Ranger. Oh man, he is sinking. The pond drops off so far right in there. Roxanne, hey. No, not my freaking seat, dude. Roxanne, it's got salt. God. Hey. No, ma'am. Shit. Seriously? It's got ass sweat on it, and it's the salt. That's what she's after. Doesn't that sound great? No. Go on now. You go on. We're not doing that. Well, let me tell you guys something. I about shit my pants this morning because underneath here, there was a stick. I don't know if it's still in there or not, but it ran up. It ran up underneath me and lifted this corner up. And I thought I had set on something because I'm always afraid there's gonna be a snake in this thing because I've seen a mouse or two in there. You know what? We should check on old Blue the mouse. He lives in this little compartment right here. We ain't checked on him in about a year. Blue? You okay, Blue? Looks like he's still doing all right. I see some fresh cardboard shavings in there. Attaboy, Blue. We'll stick our headlight in there so we don't lose it. Okay. Then you gotta push that and push that back up there. All right. Good to go. Somebody didn't believe that we had a mouse that lives in there named Blue. He'll be back in there. He may have got out of the barn. Sometimes he likes to ride with us, sometimes he doesn't. What's that? He's not putting out videos like best. Tape it up. Oh my God, I've used about 25 rolls of Gorilla Tape. I'm gonna camouflage the Ranger and see if I can slip into Redford's field. How the heck do we only, what time is it? How do we only get 200 people on here? Not that I'm complaining, but also, why is my phone stand not wanting to work? Oh, this is on backwards. We had some pretty severe technical difficulties this morning with Rufus. Wasn't good. 9:18. I feel like maybe I did something wrong or something because YouTube, I feel like, cut me back a little bit. Maybe all my numbers fell off a little bit, but not bad. It's the end of the month though, and we've had a crazy good month. So yeah, no notifications. I don't know what's going on with that. We had a really good month so far. Like, we're tied with last month and we still got several days left already. I don't ride a motorcycle. I don't know. It almost is like sometimes they have like a set number for you on your pay. If that sounds a little bit crazy, but it's almost like there's a little bit of a rate as you grow. Now you can pass it each month, but not like monstrously. But sometimes when you hit your goal, like we hit our goal in the next day or two, we still have, I don't know, 7 or 8 days left or something. Soft cap, yeah. We had something go into the millions this month, right at the first of the month. So, yeah, listen, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining this month. If I can get ahead of where I was early, it takes a lot of pressure off of me too. I don't know, that's what it is. We also got paid early this month and some things, so they may be just changing some things or mixing up some things. Who knows? I really do. I love YouTube. Rupa's still following her around. Man, it's nice this morning. I can't believe. We literally had inches of rain go within about 4 or 5 miles south and about 4 or 5 miles north, and sucked. My house, we got a good rain. It was foggy again, so we're at 9 foggy mornings right now for August, which means 9 measurable snowstorms, or 8 or 9. I forgot one, I think. So every foggy morning in August means a snowstorm in the winter. We already cut the persimmon. Did I lose y'all? I've heard several people say they didn't get notified. did a fine job on the field. Let me just tell you, this whole piece right here was nothing but rock, like that big one there. And I have crushed rock and crushed rock. I'll be honest with you, what happens is these animals get in here, these cows, and they level everything back out. And the rocks that are real close to the surface will float to the top kind of as it rains. So then you can do something with them, but you get rid of a majority. Cows smoothly outland. I mean, I know everybody's going to say, well, they leave tracks and dimples, this and that, but hey, if you have dozer tracks that you could lose a pickup in, and you put cows out here, they will smooth it out. People, let me tell you, I know, Lisa, it was so sad yesterday because it all just went right around us. I could see it, I could smell it, and I mean literally, like we got nothing, not like even like a mist, maybe a few drops. It sucked. Can't have everything. Redford's over there tracking us around. These things here, what we'll do, here's the thing about rocks. You get to messing with this much and you think this is bad, you kind of got a couple options. You can roll them in, crush them in with a dozer, just by tracking over them. You can see all these rocks are busted. See all the sandstone sticking up? Oh, they're red. Like all these rocks came from giant rocks. Make smaller rocks and smaller rocks and smaller rocks, and then I feed. That's why I have so much hay out. I start feeding over it, building organic matter, try to cover them up, because if you rake these things, like if you come through here with a rake or any kind of blade or any kind of teeth, let me tell you, you talk about shit in your nest. Now it's a bad deal. Tried it. Best thing to do is in the spring, right after the freeze thaws, is get a real heavy dozer and crush them into the ground. The only problem with that is if you get them before the frost, you kill a lot of grass. But maybe that's why I don't have a lot of copperheads anymore. Now we've switched over to cottonmouths, thank God. That's way better, right? You should make a... I have had a couple different ideas about like a stuffed Brent, and I got to thinking about that, and I was like, Rufus has never got me but about maybe twice over the years, and I don't want to make him think that something with a pair of blue jeans on is something he can play with, if you know what I mean. Like, it just has bad news written on it. Would it be funny? Yes. Would it be... What I was thinking about doing was sitting on my corral fence with a pair of jeans on and stuffing one pant leg full of something and just sitting there straddling the fence and just see what he would do. But then again, I'm like, do you want to invite him for that? Not really. Yeah, cottonmouth water moccasins, same thing. I think people confuse them because sometimes, depending on the water and stuff they're in, yeah, I know. Yeah, no, Lori, that's what we're trying. That's what I'm saying we don't want to do. Everybody's like, make a dummy and let him test it. I'm like, no, I already know what he'll do. Your cows are out standing in their field. I see you standing on the side of the mountain right now. Trust me, I don't take near as many chances as I used to. This morning, I was down here It was right at daylight. And old Rufus there with this cooler morning, I could see the wheels turning. And he was getting a little rambunctious this morning. Hang on, I'm going to have to tighten this thing up so y'all quit wobbling so much. I got a camera I think you guys are going to appreciate. Well, I didn't. Don't give me any credit for it because Amanda got it. But it's the gimbal one, so as I'm carrying y'all around, you won't be sick, and it's nice and smooth. And we're still trying to work out how it works and everything, and how we can get it over, and the quality of the content. How did I get this thing on so crooked today? Oh, I know how it happened. Rufus dumped the back of the Ranger out with it. I was like, why is this thing bent? Why does my chat keep going away? The inflatable suit was enough. Well, I know he's scared of those. I'll do one inflatable suit a year, I think. I did the dinosaur, then we did the sumo. Yeah, Rufus was feeling it this morning when it was cool. And before I know it, Ron had got over there between us. And here's the other thing that pissed everybody off. I thought I had one more bag of feed. And I came early this morning, so I didn't. I don't know. I didn't go in the field with a Redford with it. But, and a mouse chewed a hole in it. Probably blue. I could have sworn, like, I was standing there in my barn, like, looking for the bags of feed, and I'm like, did something drag them off? There's no way. Well, I'm one of those people that if you're in a hurry, you don't want to see me coming because we're going to talk for a minute. You know what I mean? Like, I know my neighbors feel like that, and I don't care. Like my neighbor this morning walking down the driveway with her dogs, we're going to talk for a minute. I'm going to check in on you. We're going to see what's going on. Cookies is good. Cookies is good. Getting big. Is Redford more dangerous? I don't think so, man. Everybody thinks Redford's more dangerous because he acts so goofy. But Rufus will kill me 1,000,000%. There's no doubt about it. This morning he had it on his mind too. He had the squinty eye deals going. Anytime he squints his eyes, they're not round, they're more oval shaped. He means pretty much means business at that point. You just want to keep your distance. Like if you're approaching him while he is approaching you, you're pretty much up shit creek. So like if you turn your head and he's coming, like this morning he did it to me twice. He would wait until I wasn't paying attention. Now I was around the edge of the Ranger, but I would turn my head away from him and he would wait. Rufus is very quick. Even though he's walking, he's almost 12 foot long, so he's covering a 12-foot track, about maybe 8 foot every step. So he can be right here in just a second. Like if he busted into a run right there right now, which he's done before, it's been about a year. He can go from standing to 20 miles an hour in 1 second. I know that's hard to believe, but in 1 second, and then his top speed is 30, 35 mile an hour. In 1 second, he can go from standing to 20. At least that's what I looked up. So if it takes you a half a second, well, the average human is 0.25. So if it takes you a quarter of a second and you didn't see him, didn't get a drop of rain, not a effing drop of rain. No well pump yet. My well pump guys are tied up with chicken farms. We're in the chicken farm country. They all have contracts with these big chicken outfits, which I'm not in any dire emergency. I know we all want to see water, but yeah, 3,000-pound car coming at you. I believe it. I've had it happen to me before. That's why I hate the girls getting down here because they don't pay attention. And I know Rufus has never, ever been aggressive towards them. I just don't trust him around them. Unless everything's good, it's like nap time. Everybody's eating their grain and like everything's good. Paisley pays a lot more attention. Um, she's really aware of where Rufus is and what he's doing because she's been with me so much. And she's witnessed. I don't know that Amanda's ever, the big boss has never witnessed Rufus and Redford in videos do no justice to it unless you're here. Paisley was so mad at Redford. She's been so mad. It's funny because she loves him to death, but when Rufus run me through that fence, she was like, oh man, he's in so, like, wait till I see him again. you know? I thought it was funny because she was like, I'm going to kick his ass. Well, the first thing she said, what was you doing? Like your parent. Can we see Redford here in just a minute? We got to cross a couple fences to get to old Redford. Why is this thing still screwed up? He's still following her around like a puppy. Sorry, guys. Will Redford complain about the camera? Oh, in the back of my pickup, he rammed him in the gut. Um, I don't know that I put it on here or not. It's a real kind of off color because of the way the sun was coming in. Oh no, that was on live. That was on a live, and I took it off of live. That happened on live. Oh yeah, as long as you don't go up there and get between them two. Problem is Rhonda loves me and she wants to come see me, and Rufus is like, get out of here, boy. He's been walking around today. Why isn't he interested? I don't think she's cycled fully yet. Um, Rhonda has definitely run her course about 3 times now. Hopefully she gets pregnant now. Rip's good. Does Rowdy have a bum back leg? That is yesterday. Rowdy does? Or you mean Ralph? Ralph walks a little bit different, but I don't know if why he does that with his back legs. It's not his hooves, but he does have a weird, kind of like he dog legs. Yeah, being fat affects them. They can be too fat or too skinny. Might have the problem of being too fat. Has Fred been in the barn yet? No. No, I'm waiting on my. Well, nobody's been in the barn. It's been so hot. I told Amanda I was going to set up a camera up there. He's good. I think he's already lost the tools and everything is healed up. It don't take long, about a week, especially as hot as it is. Redford doesn't really care about any. He doesn't like follow anybody around or show anybody unless it's their rotation. Redford spends most 99% of his time at the fence wanting to fight. Yep, the cow deck's done. It's right there. You can see it. All I got to, well, I didn't put my rope on there yet for my niece and nephew, but will I replace the Ranger with a good? No. The Ranger is part of the family. What's the point? They'll just completely wreck it. We ruined these two for being able to drive a Ranger in here of any kind. I did check on the mouse. He's not in there. He's probably in the barn. I know, the cow deck is awesome. Maybe. The plan is to have my yard fence a lane for Redford so everybody can come over here. But I have to build all my rail fence up through there first. We're between about 15 projects right now. We need the concrete floor in the barn. We need the well hooked up. We need fence built on this side, on the Redford side of the road. We need the fence built around the yard. We need the dozer before we can do either one of those two so that we can finish up our grade work. And we've got the framing going pretty good. Yeah, I'm in no giant hurry. You know, if we get it doesn't really get cold here till the end of November. So if we can at least get one fence done between now and then. And right now the snakes and the frickin' ticks and the chiggers and shit are so bad. Chiggers are terrible this time of year. Until we get a frost, I'm not concerned with building fence. Frost make the snakes go away. I don't know, I've seen cows 20 years old. I've seen cows 30 years old. I don't know about Rufus. He's awfully big and heavy, and this place is awfully rough. So he'll be a solid breeder all the way to 8 to 10 years old. Pretty easy to say. We need him to have a boy. I'm gonna go up here and set my chair. I go down there to follow him around because they weren't up here. So we'd have a different angle, and then they come up here. I got another bale of hay over there yesterday. Oh, my framers come today. Man, he messes my damn. I'll stand up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we need to. Amanda bought us a really good gimbal camera. Roxanne's eating a piece of paper. Good. Roxanne. She loves to chew on that paper. Spit it out, chew on it. She rarely will swallow any paper. Northwest Arkansas is where we're at. We see Earl. Roxanne gonna check that trough. She's gonna lick some molasses out of it. It's always got some molasses in there stained up. I'm trying to cut them back a little bit. That's why I wasn't real concerned with bringing them any grain, because that hay that I got them is so good. They were getting a little, like that's probably as small as Roxanne's looked in the mornings without being hay bloated in like 2 weeks. So just from eating so much. That's a big boss question, but I'll ask her what she's. I'll have us an answer on the merch thing for out of the country. I do love my little porch here. That was some bullshit. What happened? What is mine? Black muffin. Where's Rowdy? He's right. Good question. I don't know. He was here just a second ago. I don't know. Oh, I bet he's laying over here by this other round bell. That's locust, the cicadias. They're really bad. They're going to be really bad here in about another month. Like it'll be just a buzzing like crazy. The first one you hear, I think was July 22nd. That's the first one I heard. So you add 90 days to that day, and that will tell you when your first frost is. And believe it or not, I looked that up, and that actually has a lot of truth to it, because the reason it has truth to it is because 90 days after they start hatching is exactly when we typically get our frost in Arkansas. But I like it that the old timers came up with that a long time ago. And the lower down the trees that you hear them, the colder the winter. We're gonna give them some food. I ain't got jack shit with me today. Nothing. Zero. I don't even have any corn for the deer. I have nothing. He has hoodies. Witchcraft. Yeah. I think it was just, the old timers may not even had calendars or anything. Like, just went strictly off. Well, I know they didn't, but like strictly off of insects, bugs. But who would have kept a 90-day track of that? When you had to live off stuff, or you didn't live through the winter, like potatoes and your garden, shit like that, and you planted something wrong, or something didn't make it, then it was a pretty rough winter. No, you're fine. It's not really the Farmer's Almanac. It's Farmer's Almanac is pretty solid too. I don't really live by that thing, but I do. Like it'll tell you the moon phase for your potatoes. There is something to that for sure on your root crops. I've had way better success when I went by the moon. But here's the problem with that is potatoes you can't plant in damp soil really, or they'll rot. So if it happens to rain on the 2 moon phases for the best root crops, then you can't plant. So you're gonna miss it. which in the springtime around here, you're going to get a rain. I do have a pet potbelly pig. Do you have many followers from Iowa? I used to date a girl from Iowa years ago. I passed out up there on a park bench one time at one of them little lakes. They tell you not to swim in because all the chemicals off the fields run into them. That's my trip to Iowa. A lot of corn up there, a lot of flat land, a lot of wind. I woke up in the morning with broad daylight, people walking past me to go to the bathroom. That was my trip to Iowa. Lots of corn, very corny. Yes, actually, I do see Iowa a lot pop up. What the hell just happened? I just popped my bottle of Carmex, I think. I have it to come over, man. We don't really do visitors. Oh, my Carmex bottle did pop. Did y'all hear that? Great, that'll be good. Y'all missed it. Ruth. Everybody thinks I'm crazy, but yeah, it was leaking, so I put a little pressure on her. You said Carmex is so addictive in there. You can't use a lot of different words like that. You're going to pull your comment. Here's the thing, though. I can say anything I want. I mean, there's repercussions for that, too, obviously, but that's the freedom of speech. You can't type it. They play. Everybody thinks I'm bullshitting when I say that, but they play like she was riding on Roro's back. Like, that's what they do. They all ride each other. Rondo, I've never caught it on video, but she has rode Rufus around. It's pretty damn funny because he's so tall. She's standing straight up on her back legs like a bear. I was dying laughing. She actually got him cornered in the barn right after live, and they were just standing in there for a minute, and you don't have to delete it. It just pulls it out, puts it at the bottom. Don't worry about it. I think some people may put comments. They even pop up on the screen. Look at how shiny that girl is. I mean, does she not look like she has oil all over her? That is what you get. Somebody was calling me, sorry. That is what you get right there when that is the ultimately healthy animal right there. Like, that is as healthy as you can get. Is she the just absolute most outstanding beef breed? No. Is she just absolutely just the most beautiful cow ever? Yes. But if you're going to grade her, just as a beef, I'm talking purely on beef and the way she's built, she shows some pretty dairy. You can see those hip bones back there. Like if you see Rowdy, wherever the hell he went, oh, he's down here. You'll see Rowdy, he won't have much of any. His rump will be great big and round. Like you can see Ruth, she doesn't have hardly any either. She's got some red undercoat to her. Y'all can see it down here. They change colors a lot. I've never really noticed, but they all change colors. There's some, and I was actually pretty shocked to see that Rosie up there has a bunch of red hair and mixed in with her black. It just overpowers the black. Oh, she's relaxing. She's enjoying a cooler morning, although it's already I can feel it. I can feel it. Yeah, she's got and the reason you see that is because she has some dairy in her, so you'll see that, and that's probably a little bit of Jersey. Um, that's probably a little bit of Jersey. She has a Jersey head. Like if you look up Jersey, you'll see that head shape, shorter nose, broader head. But Jerseys pretty typically always have horns, which is add the Angus onto that. We got one. We got one coming, I think. Um, we've been so freaking busy. We're just ready to calm down some. I'm really bad about just taking on way too many projects and then trying to kill myself. And like since April, my buddy came out here right before I started on the house, and then he came out here yesterday, and he was like, I didn't even realize he never had seen any of this. So he was like, holy shit, there's a field where the woods were. There's a barn where the woods were. There's a house up here. You have power. You have everything. And I was like, yeah, check it out. So it made me feel pretty good that he felt like it was happening pretty quick. I like have a, like I'm one of those people that feel like if you don't get something accomplished, you're going backwards all the time. And I feel like you lose momentum if you're not gaining. And you know what? I have to calm down some. I have high blood pressure too, so I'm trying not to freak out about everything. I really don't have, yeah, it is. I try to tell myself I don't really have high blood pressure, but it is. But I'll be honest with you, yesterday, Amanda had me running her around, and then my buddy was coming out to work on a couple firearms, and I had everything kind of clashing each other because I'm a guy, and typically what I do is I forget about everything my wife tells me until it's time to do it. Anyways, so I had everything happen at the same time. Now you're talking to a guy that travels the whole East Coast that would get on an airplane the next morning at 4 a.m., and be back in 2 days and inspect buildings and do everything and come back. So yesterday, I told Amanda, I was like, I'm in a little bit of a hurry, but I don't like to rush her because she don't ask me to do much. And next thing I know, we're in Walmart, and she's looking at some kind of shirt or something, and I was like, I don't want to rush or anything, but I got some shit I got to do. And then we got in the car, and she's like, well, I didn't know you had anything to do. Anyways, I said, well, okay. I went from talking to 20 different supervisors per day, traveling the whole East Coast from Miami all to work, to my wife needs picked up at the window tent place, and my buddies meet me to work on a couple firearms, and I was stressed out about it. You know what I mean? So I was like, we were dying laughing. I said, okay, I can handle this. It ain't a big deal. Isn't that funny though? I do miss talking to all my guys every day, but when I first started this, I never have any time to do this kind of stuff like this, like sit and just talk. And I mean, I was on the run. And another thing that's so funny about me is now that I haven't been working on the weekend, I run 100 miles an hour. It's so burnt into my brain to get everything done in the afternoons, in the mornings, and on the weekends. And I can't turn that off. My whole life I've been afternoon, morning, weekends, go 100 miles an hour. Isn't that funny? Well, I always want to make it. I came from nothing. Absolutely nothing. And that's one downfall to it, is that you feel like you're going backwards. if you slow down. Rufus, you're slinging shit everywhere. That's one downfall. Here's another thing. Me and Amanda have had time to actually be together and kind of reconnect some at home, and you know what I mean. Like, it's been nice. And we were talking about when we first met, and she didn't understand like I had when we got our house and got everything going, and I would stock up. I had guys, I had 4 freezers full. I had, I don't know how much canning I did, tons of canning. Bruce, thank you. Thank you, sir. I had 4 freezers. I canned everything out of my garden. I put up everything I had like it was, but I was raised that way. So when I grew stuff and had stuff, it was crazy that I was so invested in survival. You know what I mean? Like, especially when my kids were little, it takes a lot. Amanda's like, hey, we don't need 4 freezers full of shit. I bought a freezer that some old lady bought at Lowe's and sent it back because it ended up being, it's about the length of this feed trough right here. I'm not kidding. It's so giant. It's so funny because I was like, put a couple bodies in there probably at Lowe's, and then they were like, security, Anyways, I had 3 freezers, and then I bought this one that Rufus could nearly stand up in. And Amanda's like, hey, we were talking about the other day, and I was like, man, what do you think that was in my brain? Like, I'm still just as bad. If I catch a fish, I'm eating it. Like, I just recently have started like calming down. Like, I run trout lines in the morning. I would put up at least, before winter, I'd put up at least 200 pounds of catfish fillets. And then I'd put up maybe 150 jars of salsa, and I would just put up tomato soup, and then you could just make whatever you wanted out of it. Man, George, one thing in Northwest Arkansas, we don't have a lot of duck hunting right here. Now, Arkansas is the best duck hunting in the world, I think, from what my buddies tell me, down by Searcy and down in there, Stuttgart. But no, I've never been down there. I have been duck hunting. I have harvested, I don't know, a few dozen ducks the right way. I have practiced calling. I have called in ducks. I have duck hunted. I am no caller of the ducks by any means. Matter of fact, my duck hunting friends say don't even bring your calls with us at all. Oh yeah, there's a winner. I need to make a video with the winner. I really wanted to win so I could have Amanda have to give me the prizes, and then I was going to give them to the person that won, of course, which I still may. That's still funny. I need to talk to them. Your later husband. Oh yeah, when I say duck hunting is the thing in Arkansas, like y'all have no idea. Duck hunters are crazy, by the way. Like they're as crazy as me about deer hunting. Like more so crazy. It's almost like the most addictive drug on the planet. And let me tell you something, I have a very addictive personality when it comes to doing things like that. And I'll be honest with you, I've steered away from it because of that. And I can see how much money everybody's spent, how much time they've done. And I know it's got to be fun, but I already have too many hobbies. Good morning, lazy bastard. Got a fly catch you in the next one. Okay. Well, thanks for stopping by. Oh yeah, now dove hunting, we did do a lot of dove hunting. My mama would always say, you better come back with an even number of doves. I'd say, why? She never really said. It's because they mate for life and you didn't want to leave a single. Man, y'all make me feel bad up here. Y'all don't need anything to eat. This is what happens. It's like a bunch of little orphan children coming up here, and then me having to sit here and look at them all pout. But you know what? Like, they don't need it. I have to tell myself that. Roxanne, if you're going to get pregnant again, what do you do to lose a few pounds? Rhonda, the reason she keeps cycling, I think, is because she's a little bit heavy. That's okay. I just wish she would get pregnant because this has been insane with Rufus chasing her around. He's already hurt his foot once chasing her, and again. I can't see my screen on my phone for shit. Oh, trust me. Amanda came by and she goes, I had been able to get rid of my feed bags, and she goes, how many bags of feed have you fed them? How what? How old is Roxanne? She's maybe 2 or 3 days older than Rufus. 6 years old. Rufus, you started grinding your teeth, bud. I've noticed every once in a while. They must be worn off at an angle where they make a noise right now. How long have y'all been out? 52 minutes right now. Maybe if I move this down a little bit. Boy, I hear the train over in Oklahoma. It's like 30 miles from here. Sounds like it's right here. Can y'all hear it? What up, Ross? What's going on in India this morning, man? Rufus, you're a tank, dude. My buddy come by yesterday and had been out here forever. And he'd never really met Rufus, and I could tell, like, he wanted to come meet him. And I was like, oh, come on. Anyways, he met Redford first through the fence, and then when we got near Rufus, he goes, holy shit. So it makes me feel good that, like, at least he was like, the camera does no justice to him. Like, it really doesn't. But in person, what you doing, bub? What you doing, bubbers? What you doing, bub? Mm-hmm. But Red was standing right beside Rufus, kind of, and he was like, oh my God, there's just no comparison. I said, Redford's a good sized bull. He's pretty normal sized, average size, I'd say. Duskers have nervings in them. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You can't even, a fly can land on that horn and he can tell you it's there. Why you grind your teeth this morning, bub? I know you turn your head like you're gonna be nice, but you're really not. You're really not. You've never just been nice. He tries to get his head far enough past me, he can sweep me. And let me tell you something, I don't know, but his head is so heavy and massive, like, you can't stop it. Like, you would think you could grab him by the nose and hold it or push his head back. No, you can't. His head from right here to there, I don't know what it weighs, probably close to 400 pounds. From in front of his front leg to his actual head. Please don't. I don't want you to knock my phone nail down or break nothing, bub. His head feels like old, really shag carpet. And what he does is he swats up like this with his head, and he loves to do it to me, is when I put my fingers on his head, he'll swat up and it's like catching a basketball. Where you going, bub? He's checking me for treats. He has to back up. We need a beeper right now. He just checked me to see if I had any treats on me. Now he's gonna be like, I'm out. This guy's a piece of shit. What kind of farmer is he? This is a disaster. He really likes to throw rocks. Kind of shit now. I don't know. That's that one that I don't really know where that one comes from, but it is the most foul. So they marked their spot right there. That tree is just shiny right there. That's just, he loves playing with that thing. He's paying more attention to feed right now. He wants to see, he knows if he gets mean, he doesn't get fed at that time. Not really because I've never done that, but because if he's crazy, then I just stay away from him. But he's looking for groceries like everybody. Oh, Rhonda, making everybody feel bad. There's Rowdy, he showed up. Duck hunt in freezing cold water. Hey, I laid in a field for about 9 hours to get one of the biggest bucks in a freaking swamp covered in cedar limbs in the freezing cold. I'm all for it. I'm all about it. Oh, Rowdy's getting in there too a little bit. I didn't bring anything with me. Nothing. I just cleaned my truck out. Really, I have nothing. I don't even have anything for me. You know what? We'll do a treat feed. I'll bring, if I can remember, I'll bring everything, including a couple big deals of peanut tomorrow. And we'll do a live with peanut butter. There ain't nothing better than watching Roxanne and the girls eat peanut butter. I'll tell you right now, if you haven't watched that, you're not even living. They get everything they used to get. I just try not to do a lot on camera now because I won't get in trouble for a little while. Some lady emailed me and goes, good job not feeding them all that processed food like the oatmeal cream pies and stuff. You just need to give them fruit and sliced vegetables and shit like that. And I was like, fuck you. Hopefully she's on here right now. Pissed me off, man. Made my blood pressure go up. I figure out what accounts hers. I'm pretty sure it's perfectly fine to feed oatmeal cream pies. Like, I'm pretty sure it's perfect because it says cookies. I can't find it. I can't find it. That's the problem. It's an email. Oh, let's see. Rufus is 6 years old. He's eaten about 25,000 oatmeal cream pies. He looks pretty damn fine to me. Okay. Wouldn't have to do the math on that to figure out that everybody's doing pretty good. And there's 5 pounds of sugar in every one of those bags of feed. Molasses sugar. 5 pounds. I bet it would take a full case to make 5 pounds of oatmeal cream pies, like 20 boxes to make 5 pounds. There can't be over 12 ounces in those boxes, I don't think. No, honestly, I just haven't put any back in my truck because I was trying to avoid doing that unknowingly when I was in trouble. Now I just need to put everything back in there. They have a salt block over at that red gate. They actually have a it's salt and sulfur, and they've just about, that's the last little, see that little spot right there? That's the mineral in the stuff for their hooves. So there was 50 pounds in there. You can kind of see how it's stained. But that's the last little dot they have right there. It's supposed to help their hooves and bones and all kinds of stuff. It was not cheap, but, and it was, what shocked me was it was, of course I have to eat some of everything that they eat so I can see what it is, and it was hotter than shit. It was like pepper hot. Nah, ain't nothing bad. Oatmeal cream pie, oatmeal, oats. Yeah, there's some sugar in there. Yeah, there's oil in there and butter. I mean, I've looked it all up. Chocolate, that's the one. Like you get caught feeding them chocolate, like a chocolate bar, just like a dog, but dark chocolate. You can feed them milk chocolate. I mean, it's recommended not to, but like per pound, I'd say Rufus could eat close to 150 pounds of milk chocolate and be fine. Really, yeah, man. I'll be honest with you. I can't even look at an oatmeal cream pie anymore, and I used to love them because everybody sent them to Rufus. So I've got cases of them everywhere in my house and in my truck. Had them in my barn. That's what Blue had all in the Ranger. I cannot forget and leave that Ranger down there, or Rufus will, there won't be nothing left of it by tomorrow. Bulls and gas processor. I know, but she keeps turning it in when she sees it because she's a bitch. So we just kind of have to go with it. We named Blue, what, about 6 months ago? He's kind of a bluish color is why. I think it actually is a baby pack rat. Pack rats have kind of got a bluish color to them. Welcome to the farm, Katie joined or something. I missed it. Now the lazy bastard's getting woke up. We're up to 739. But I don't think it sent out notifications. Did anybody get a notification? No. Yeah, I don't know why. I could tell nobody did, and now people have just seen it. Like, I can tell really quick whenever the number doesn't shoot up. Yeah, I don't know why. I really think part of it is because it's so much better this month. We're getting close to the end of the month. I'd say at the first of the month, everything will work better again. Ladder fire truck just went by, screaming, I'm sure. There's that wooden block. Where's that guy at that always comments on my wooden block? I just joined and got a notice this time. Yeah, you guys might want to, well, I don't even know what to do. Something changed in the last 3 or 4 days, though. I don't think it's anything in particular to do with me. Um, I like to think that sometimes, but no. I think something just changed. Like they're always changing stuff to keep it from getting hacked and different things from going on. So it should be back up and running. And anytime from the 22nd to the 26th is the payout for them. So the whole system is trying to calculate everybody's pay and all their stuff that they've done all month and get all their numbers together so it'll show up. So from the 22nd to the 26th is kind of haywire. Yeah, especially this time of the month. Rufus listens to everything. There's a butterfly on your lip, Rufus. He's looking for Redford. Here comes Redford. Yep, here he comes. Rufus, I wish you could just kick his ass again without getting hurt, either one of you guys. I think that's why I'm waiting for Rowdy to get bigger, because it's going to be just outstanding. Because Rowdy's going to run from him for a while. He's going to go up and gouge him and then run. Rufus like, yelling bitch neighbor over there. Redford is a gentle soul, or I mean, not Redford, obviously not him. Rufus is more of a gentle soul to him. He only wants to make sure that he does the breeding. Redford wants to fight year round. Like, he was always gouged on Rufus. From the first videos of Redford when he started becoming a boy, figured out he was a boy, he's ricocheting off Rufus's side, just wham, 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 wham. Well, then he got bigger. Sounds like an elk, I think. The end of his skull, when he gets real revved up. Y'all got 2 bales of hay and didn't get any grain this morning. Y'all are giving me anxiety. You're all chewing right here, which means your gut's full. It's just a quiet, calm morning this morning. Amanda was like, I'm gonna come over and go live, I think. I was like, no, you're not. Not this morning. I'm gonna leave early and I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna get some videos. If I don't get enough videos, then I'm just gonna go live. But I was able to get some pretty cool videos. Where did I put that chapstick at? Oh my God. Oh, there it is. Everybody's just chewing, man. Look. Cud, cud, cud. Look, let me see if we can get all 3 of them in there. Kinda. It sounds like a whole bunch of drain lines going back and forth, like you're plunging on a toilet. I don't know if y'all can hear them or not, but each one's coughing it up, chewing it up, salt wallowing it, and it's going back and forth, back and forth. Video was awesome. Yeah, that was, I should make another one. That one was actually a year old. I posted that last night just because it was a cool video that I'd made almost a year ago. So I should post one with all the new content, break it back up, make a new one. Let me shut up so you can hear. Now even Rufus is chewing. Oh, there was a bull way in the distance. Rufus said, "The hell?" We know Rhonda heard it. Everybody's looking pretty good. Your English is good. I don't know about that. House update, framing. We've been cutting. Yesterday cut studs all day because the ceiling's kind of a bastard height. So cutting studs and got about 20% of the exterior wall framed. Got the headers in, crossed a bunch of windows. It looks good. Everybody's just crunching, man. She gonna lay comments on the horses. Everybody thought Porter had a hurt foot or leg or something. But horses rotate their back feet non-stop. Horses are completely different than cows. They never stop rotating their feet. That's why when a horse gets down, you only got so much time on a horse, and they're done. Cows, you can get a cow down for weeks and get them up. Horses, no, they got to keep moving. They have to keep moving. No one believes me that I watch this. Why not? That's why when a horse gets down, you got to get them up. Completely different. I did make a longer content on the horses. I don't know if y'all could see how much weight they gained from that hay just in a week's time. Hey, high maintenance horses, yeah. Horses are like a boat of the animals. All they do is cost you money. Tons and tons of money. They never stop eating. Cows go lay down, take a break for the day. Horses, nah. All day, every day. City slickers in California. Yeah, it's a little different deal out there. I've been out there a few times. I didn't understand the recycling thing out there when I was out there with the garbage disposal. There goes Earl. He's got a hickory nut. Why don't he just stay over there and eat? I did see a big fox squirrel coming across here. That little gray squirrel, so I'm getting out here before I get my ass kicked. I didn't understand the recycling food out there. Damn, he went straight for the scream on that one. I think for sure love horses wouldn't have them. That's what my dad would always say. Yeah, it's Redford. Rufus is staring at him. Redford has spent the last 3 or 4 days facing the fence. I've noticed even from way back up at the house, and it means one of these girls, which I'm fairly certain it's Rhonda, he's getting a whiff of the scent of needing to be bred. So he would go to war with Rufus right now if they got together. Bye, Brandy. But you really won't ever see a cow standing with one hoof off the ground. They're always standing with all 4 on the ground, but you'll see horses stand a lot with just a tiptoe on the back foot. It had like 100 likes on the comment, and I was like, what the hell did everybody see that I didn't see? I rewatched it like 3 times, and I was like, oh, they're seeing him hold that foot up when he makes those howls. What? He's calling Rufus a bitch, basically. There was one way off in the distance did the same thing a minute ago. What happens is they'll make a call like that, and it's not really talking to Rufus, it's talking to the girls. And if you put all these cows in this field right here, and they cycle without a bull in here, and they hear a bull way off in the distance, they go to the bull. They'll leave. I make it about Rufus, but it's actually just about saying, hey, I'm down here. If anybody's around, you know, it's like the dating site, trot lining. Yeah, that's why, even though he's pinned up in this pin right here, he will stay right with her. He doesn't understand that they're pinned in here. All he knows is that he doesn't want anything to come out of the woods or sneak up and get between him and the cows. If you watch my content, you watch me about die a couple different times on those from Rufus. It's because unknowing at the time, but I'm actually running towards the cow that's cycling that day, which really freaks them out. They don't like that at all. Rufus is standing with a little bit of weight off his front foot, but not much. Goes on the side of that hill. Well, he's not too good of a protector because Redford got in there and bred Roxanne. No, I'm kidding. That was actually my fault. I felt terrible about that whole deal because Roxanne horse pen, and we pulled blood that day. That's still crazy. But you know what? If I was going to keep a bull, I would prefer it to be out of Redford and Roxanne. So at least it's Roxanne's too, from the original. Even though I did look at Roxanne as kind of Redford's mother, which now makes it a little more awkward. But, you know, whatever. We're not actually related. Brett, you ever had to Sweden? Nope. I know, but she took care of him while he was little. Weird, huh? Thanks for making that a weird idea now in his head. Yeah, we're pretty sure that's Rufus's calf. Definitely the timing all lined up for that calf too. So no one in Sweden drinks out of plastic bottles. You know, I don't know the last time I drank out of a plastic. I prefer an aluminum can. Redford the bully. Redford tries to be. Redford just sneak attacks him the whole time. Cookies is crazy, yeah. I'm pretty sure Cookies is a female. And not because all females are crazy, even though we do suggest that, but they claim that the female emus are a little bit more wild, per se. No, no, they herd animals. Like, these guys are all familiar with each other. You guys seen how big of an ordeal it was just putting them back together across the fence. I can't even imagine bringing a strange cow from across the fence, and it's an ordeal. It takes months to get them all acclimated to each other. Rhonda was the outcast. I don't know if y'all remember that. It was pretty rough because they ran her off, and then they would let her come back, and then we went round and round and round. And now between Rufus and Roxanne, which never would have happened before. And we got the new babies over here. Now Roxanne is the ruler of the roost still. Like, Roxanne beats up everybody. I've seen Roxanne drop Redford more than once. Now, I mean, Redford could kill her, I'm sure, but I've seen her just absolutely hit him in the head and knock him about half loopy. That crown on her head right here, that's all bone. It's real heavy bone, and it's really pointy, actually, like a wedge. And I've heard her hit him underneath the chin, jam her head underneath there and lift him up. And I've heard his teeth just crash together. I've got a video of her holding him down with his front legs spread out against the ground while the news station was here videoing. Yeah, Roxanne beat up my bull that day in front of all of them. Yep, she did. That was when the news station was out here. I think I have posted it. His front feet are straddled out, and she's pinned him down against the ground for multiple seconds, like, half a minute. Hey, Brent, Mark from North Carolina. I enjoy your animals farm, and most all, peace and quiet. Best wishes on the new home and barn. Thank you, Mark. I spend a lot of time in Charlotte. Or wait, you say Carolina? Oh yeah, Carolina. I spend a lot of time around the university there and some of my old company. Um, One thing about this is there's lots of plastic in the intersections, like in little piles, like little eddies. Ours didn't go from all the crashes from the taillights and turn signals and shit. I've never seen anything like that. It also, another thing about Charlotte, up there where I was at, I've never seen so many windows broke out of cars at night, ever. Anywhere I've been, from New York to Miami, I've never seen that many windows broke out. Not beating on your town, but I just never seen some of that stuff there. And apparently I was on the better part up around the university. I was always in a rental car, but when I'd get up in the morning and leave my hotel, there would be glass broken in the parking lot all over. People leaving shit in their car. It was a pretty town. It actually reminded me a lot of Arkansas. Just kind of rolly hills. It's not a dirty town, city, whatever. It's scattered out, pretty broad. Doesn't Rufus get concussions from the Ranger? No. You, no, you should hear him fight. What Rufus is doing to the Ranger, 9 times out of 10, is bulls love to rub their face in dirt. And he's figured out that above the tires, there's dirt stuck up in the bed. And he lifts up and drops the Ranger so that the dirt rains down on his face. That's what he's doing. Earl already ate a hickory nut. He's headed back. What tree are they getting all these out of over here? Like, I mean, the whole freaking forest over here. And this stupid ass squirrel is going over here to one hickory tree? Like, I don't understand. Like, do we need to put him down or something? Like, what's going on? Look, he's going up an elm tree now. It doesn't even have any nuts in it. Earl's, man, he's not doing well or something. See him going up that tree. You're in an elm tree, dude. They don't produce any acorns or hickory nuts or anything. Oh, he's going to go over. He's going over. He's gonna jump. That damn red squirrel's right down there. That red squirrel will fuck him up, man. Those things don't play. The red squirrel is like the hood of the forest, man. They stay pretty much year-round. Squirrels migrate. A lot of people don't even know that. The gray squirrels will migrate. The red squirrels stay here. I think they travel up to 40 miles. Anybody know that about gray squirrels? I like to bring y'all a little bit of knowledge every day. We need to mark him with something so we can tell if it's him. Just shoot the tip of his tail off, just a little bitty bees. Squirrels can't hardly climb or do anything without their tail, by the way. Don't even ask me how I know. I cut a tree down one time. It was hollow. Took the squirrel's tail off, but that thing was about as awkward as me leaving the bar at 2 a.m. Tree rats, yeah, that's what they are. Why did we cut Rip? He came out of a first calf heifer, and he belonged to Redford, and he was really runty. And we kept Redford's other calf that was built way better, bigger, came out of a mature cow. Even though he's licking his jaw right now like he's special. I don't know that a lot of people understand that most of the time that heifer, her first calf, won't grow out near as well. It's like chickens. I don't know who all's raised chickens, but if you get a good mature chicken that's older, lay an egg, hatch that chick, it's going to be way bigger and way stronger and immune to a lot more things. Ralph was out of a first calf heifer, and she was little, and it was a bull's first calf, which really doesn't matter. Yeah. And then you can see as the calves get old, bigger, and out of each one, how much bigger. Like Roro there, looks like she just came out of her butt, but she's going to be huge. Ruth there is going to be huge. Rowdy is going to be one stocky dude. So our next calf out of Ruth or Roro will be their first calf. Usually doesn't grow as good, but will come out of it. When I say grow, it just takes longer. Like Rosie, it's taken a couple years to get as big as some of the other ones. And I ain't got a place to put 19 bulls. Gosh, lay down right on her leg. Roro's like, whole damn place, you're gonna lay down on top of me? So what we really want, here's what we really want. Nicole, yes, there's a members only. We've had one live because everybody joined it, and it ended up being great. It was a lot smaller group, easier to talk to, but you don't have to join it. You're still going to get your lives. But if you want to be on the lives with members only, then you join. Oh, there's Larry. Larry. There it is, right there. Hey, Brent, why don't the bulls like the Ranger? I don't know, but you know what I was thinking? You guys have seen, have I fucked with Rowdy at all with it? No, I've not. Let's see if Rowdy ends up hating it. Because everybody thinks it's because I mess with them with it, but I don't. Rufus took that sumbitch from right over there all the way to the bottom of the place this morning, so YouTube is working to move the cost of live. Is working to move the cost of lives to members. No, not really. Everybody that's a member has just joined to be a member to support me. I didn't ask them to. They actually asked me to make that. I didn't really think anybody was going to join, but there's a lot of people that just would rather pay $5 or $10, $12 a month and join. There's the big boss right there, I think. Big boss, Tommy Knight. I haven't been out there to go live since it's been so hot. Been busy. With Paisley starting school and all that shit too. Yeah, memberships. There's nothing to cancel with me. Somebody pissed the big boss off. Thanks a lot. I got to deal with that today. You know that. Who was that? Tommy Knight. Tommy Knight? What is today? If you're fucking with her. What did he say? He's going to cancel his subscription with you? Some people think subscription, and I was some people at one time. I thought if you subscribed, you had to pay. I didn't know there was a membership also. No, he's fine. Unsubscribe from her. Damn, I hear some fire trucks coming. One time I said that and it was for me. I was like, well, this fire's really going well. I hear some fire trucks coming. Wonder what they're doing. Do I ever catch him playing with Rufus? No. Not yet. He's got another few months to go before he's weaned. You're fine. It's fine. We do plenty of lives. You don't have to join. But that's why you see one. We've done one member's live. I think it was great though. We stand with the big bus. Boy, that ain't no shit about it. I gotta draw. Fuzzerson. Good morning. Rowdy is a good looking boy. I'm telling you, I was just sitting here staring at him. And he's got like a pack of hot dogs on his neck. Look at him. He is beautiful. I think he's our prettiest beef looking calf so far. I say that, you know, everybody has their own beauty. Roro is kind of my pet, you know what I mean? And Ruth. Everybody's my pet, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know which one of them is sweeter, Roro or Ruth, honestly. They both are. They're both pretty good calves. Rhonda, what are you doing, girl? Why is it restricting so many comments right now? What is going on? What are y'all saying? Red one is a big one. Oh shit, you're right. Y'all look at it in the spot on her neck. Yeah, it's the same as Roxanne. All I can see is her face when I look at him. See, Rhonda, like, typically would have ran him off when she came around him. Anybody else's calf, they'll kind of butt them, make them move, just so they know to get out of their way. They kind of keep their bluff in on them. But, like, they've all kind of accepted each other now. I remember how they were running Rhonda off a bunch. So everybody's getting along good. Now, if we mix them up again, then it starts over again. It's weird too because there's just one little fence between them. Like, it's not like they're separated, can't see each other, moved across town. There's only 6 inches between them. What was it? He looks like Roxanne, I know. Look at that hump on his neck there. The only way you could have got that's from Redford. Yeah, a lot of beef farmers do not, like, they think that this cow here is just terrible. So you got a lot of things here. I mean, she got about 20 pounds of ears. But I think she's beautiful. I wish I hadn't ripped her ear that day. That sucked. Oh, he doesn't really. You never know. Maybe Rufus threw a calf that looks like his favorite guy. I I wanted everything for that calf to be Rufus's calf. Like I was so excited to have a bull calf, and I was like, "Oh man, he's all red. This is cool." I was like, "That's so weird that he's all red, kind of brown." Then I saw his ears, and I was like, "Wait a minute." Then I went back on the calendar, on the videos, and went back to the day that it happened, and bigger than shit. The conception date was the exact day that Roxanne got out. Rufus gonna nudge him a little bit there. Rufus is snipping him. Rufus, that's a boy. Rhonda's like, let me get out of the way here. Something weird's happening. Rhonda, move out of the way. You bag of bones. I want to see what Rufus is going to do to this calf. Get your big old noggin out of the way. She can't go nowhere. She's standing over top of him, and Rufus is also standing over top of him. He's obviously not the smartest one. Rhonda. She is a baby. I'm gonna bring it. I've got an old freezer. Speaking of all my freezers, I'm gonna bring over here and put it in my barn for now. It doesn't really work. I'm just gonna put it in there off so that I can. You are not gonna squeeze between there, girl. Oh my God. Rufus ain't moving. Rufus won't move. That's Rufus's game. He's gonna shift over a little bit. No way. Rufus never moves. He's making sure he gets some tonight. Oh, Roxanne gut shot her. Roxanne said, yo, you make my man move? Take that to the gut. There goes DMA or police now. Maybe a police chase with the big boss going to find that old boy running his yapper earlier. Roxanne hit her in the gut. I was hoping Rufus is going to push him a little bit. I didn't know. He's not quite big enough to start getting his bull personality, but he's getting there. It won't be long now. He's growing super fast. She just went up to Branson, or to the big one of those lodges up there with her mama and the babies. Can someone tell me what kind of cow is the white one? That is a Brahman. That is a full blood. Rufus typically doesn't move. He's just an asshole, but he's also, you know, he's kind of like the guy doing dishes and shit because tonight's like the night of the, you know what I mean? And then Roxanne caught him and gut shot her. Yeah, I don't see any smoke or anything. It's so dry right now with the wind blowing. Need a hose to hose them down. I've tried to spray them down before a little bit with a pump up sprayer. They did not like it. I don't know how these people spray their cows, some of them. Most of the time when you see cows or bulls on here, not trying to take anything away from anybody, but a lot of them are not active. They're not with cows. They're not. They're no longer fertile, we could say. So when you take that away from a bull, you get a Ralph, which is pretty lethargic. They just kind of stand around. Stay calm, nice and calm and cool. Do I ever get to go see? No, we figured out kind of where they were with hay season and everything going on right now. We kind of we went and looked a couple times. We kind of hit some dead ends. Are they branded or chipped? Nothing. Probably the most identifiable cows on the planet. I heard that, Roof. What was it? No brands, no microchips, nothing. I don't think we need anything to find them. Trust me, y'all, every cell barn in the U.S. would pick up on any of these guys. It's one thing about it is if you steal a cow, you got to go sell it somewhere. So if you, good luck stealing any one of these sumbitches. I had cameras everywhere. I mean, you could still Roxanne fairly easy. She'd go right with you, just take a bag of feed. You had to make it back here with a trailer. And then everybody in the world would know. Like if you show up at a cell barn, here's what a lot of people don't understand. If you show up at a cell barn with a couple really good cows that are real slick and pretty, and you've never sold anything there before, there's going to be questions. Let me tell you something. They don't. It would be easier to sell a stolen car at an auction than it would be to sell a cow at a cell barn. You might be able to get it sold, but somebody would catch it. And I want to say cattle rustling's still like, I forget how many years it is. Yeah, the cell barn, we'll mess around with that shit. Do you worry about it, Brent? No. What would I put on Rufus and them? Rhonda's ear split in half. Roro's face is like the most identifiable thing on the planet. Probably the hardest one or the easiest one would be Rowdy because he's the newest, maybe. But we have 1 million hours and views of each one of them. Oh, somebody would catch it. Put a brand on Rufus's butt. We could put a cold brand on him. Nah. I mean, Rufus' bottom lip is split in half. He's got one short, stupid horn. Looks like sweet potatoes. He has over 6 billion views globally. Somebody's, I don't know. I don't even got to worry about him. Roxanne, maybe. Good luck. If I caught somebody down here loading them, I'd be like, great, well, you got them loaded. I don't know how you accomplished it. Let's take them over to the vet, get them some shots in your trailer that they can wreck. $709. What is it? 709 million. Oh no, they're in the Rufus is in the billions now. I know we had him close to 5 billion last year. I think he's across all of them. He gets over 50 million, 50 to 65 million a month on YouTube. He's pretty well known. It'd be like me trying to go somewhere. I went down to the river to go fishing, and there was one person down there, and I heard Rufus echo down the river. Then I was in Walmart yesterday, covered in shit from me taking Amanda to get her drop her car off, literally. And there was a little bitty lady in the lane to pay out next to us, and she goes, "Rufus!" I was looking at my phone, and super nice. We sat and chatted with her for a minute. Yeah, you're late, bruh. I don't know what I'd been doing, but my shirt was a white t-shirt and it was completely caked. I looked down and I thought I was in a brown shirt, and I was like, well, that's weird because I don't even know where it came from. But what it was, I don't know if y'all can see, but each one of them have oil on their back. From that fly spray, it's oil based, and I'd rubbed up against one of them on my belly. Oh, yeah. Well, one time I told everybody just to yell Rufus if they see me, and it kind of stuck. People still yell it. NW6866, you caught alive. Turn your notifications on. We go live a lot, even though it's not sending you a notification, but maybe it will someday. People get so pissed off about a membership charge. Like, people get furious about that. I'm not paying a membership. Like, I would pay, like, if you could guarantee me, like, whoever that person is, or whatever, some of these, and listen, I do it for free because I know a lot of people can't afford it, and that's fine. But, like, if you could guarantee me I could actually watch the true creator that started it and not a fake page, I'd pay a few bucks for each one, because right now I know I'm following a couple pages, the people that I would really like to follow their actual page. So it takes forever to find their real page. So, like, if they had a subscription only for verified for like $1.99 a month, I would pay that. And I could just go there to scroll for them. It sucks because I'll pay a burger with the Rubes. Yeah, that's what I told everybody. I said it's basically a Big Mac. One Big Mac a month is cheaper than the Rufus content. So one Big Mac a month is what it costs you to watch Rufus, or you could watch him for free. But now, don't get mad at me, because the people that did join the membership get the occasional one so far membership only live that I've screwed around with and made everybody sick trying to figure out how to make it work. But we finally got it going, and it actually ended up being a great time once we got everything figured out. And it's a way smaller chat, so all the questions are in front of me the whole time, and I'm able to answer each question. For the most part, I get sidetracked with the squirrel. We had a raccoon show up. We had some fawn show up. I get sidetracked pretty easy. Can we see Redford this morning? Man, I really don't want to walk down there. I'll be honest with you. You know, the Lazy Bastard Club was started by me. So, look, I'm hemmed up right now into this last little corner of shade. And as that fades, rent's going to start fading away. Oh, yeah. There's way more people that appreciate the whole live. You know, like, I only get one negative comment out of a million thank yous. And I don't know why people focus so much on the rude people when there's so many people saying thank you. You know what I mean? Like, I've always tried not to focus on one dickhead. Get in there, Roof. Fade black, that's right. I've been working on, Amanda's like, what are you doing? I was like, I've been working on stuff to talk about on my live. in the morning labs, they're more chill. You know, the evenings gets a little more crazy. But I've been working on some stuff to be a little more entertaining. She was like, "You're so stupid," and I'm like, "What?" I said, "A good comedian has a little bit of stuff he's come up with." Well, I've been coming up with things that happened through my life that I forgot about. Everything I tell is based on a true story, maybe a little more dramatized, and their names could be changed to prevent a exposure of their identities. Which, if I ever talk about a friend of mine doing something, 99% of the time it's actually me. So, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. For some reason, it's kind of dialed me back a little bit. I'm hoping just the platform's doing some restructuring. Hey, hey. Yeah, I don't know about talent. I will tell you one thing I thought was pretty funny. Um, I was thinking about this the other day. Dang, Ron, that was a big old stinky poop right in Rufus's face. She's like, maybe if I do this, he'll leave me alone. I was thinking about something the other day, though. Y'all tell me if I'm crazy. But they used to, everybody's all freaked out about, like, if I show my license plate on my truck or something, they're like, people are going to know where you live. Look out, you know, don't show that. Or somebody's going to find out your phone number. Don't freak out, you know. And I'm like, you do know that I grew up in a time whenever they would come by at 4 a.m. and throw a book into your yard that was full of everybody's full name, address, and phone number, right? Like, everybody got one. It was great to get a new one so you didn't have the damn Kentucky Fried Chicken oil all over the pages of the one where your dad had been thumbing through it, trying to find somebody's name for their phone number. It's called a phone book. Every single person's home address, phone number, full name right there. What do you need? Maybe they even had a social on there at one time. I don't know. Probably did. And I'm like, everybody's like, don't let them get your number. Don't let them get your address. And I'm like, fuck, I bet it's still in a book somewhere. I miss phone books too. I was trying to figure out the other night. Amanda's like, what are you talking about? Where do you come up with this stupid shit? And I'm like, it was all in there. You used one. I know you did. The yellow pages. That's right. We could put Rufus in the yellow pages. I'm in the book. I know. I was dying thinking about that. People would freak out nowadays. They would come by. A kid would come by, or a car with a couple people in there with smoke rolling out the windows, and they would throw a book into your yard. Well, wham! It was raining. The book got ruined. If it did, you just tried to find somebody that left one too close to the road and went and got theirs. You know what I mean? Like, nobody give a shit. Everybody where you lived. It took 2 seconds to figure out where you lived. You looked up the address to make sure that that was the right some bitch you wanted to call. Now everybody's like, oh, the booger will get you. And I'm like, what booger? Can't get blood from a turnip. Y'all still get one? I tried to see if we would get one or how to get a phone book. And Paisley was just dying the other day because we hooked a phone up to a phone line and it was touched the old button phone. And she was like, well, what do I do now? She was talking to her grandma. And I said, you hang it up. I said, you've heard hang up your whole life and you didn't even know hang up is actually hanging up your damn phone to press the buttons down to end your call. You've been hanging up your iPhone by pushing a button and calling it hanging up. Doesn't even make sense. How do you hang up an iPhone? Cracked me up. Yeah, get you a phone book. It was a real pain in the ass too. You know, the pages were thin paper. and you'd come in from working on your truck trying to find a part at O'Reilly's, and you tried to find the O'Reilly's nearest you or whatever it was then, Quest or Poor Man's Auto Part or something. And that's so much. Like, you could always tell the pages by what my dad's hands had on them. So if it was auto parts, of course, that pages were covered in grease and oil and a few other people, but nobody even remembers phone numbers anymore. Now, if you wanted to be legit, like the legit old guy, you got the notebook and the pen, and it went in your pocket on the front of your shirt. And you did all your math right there. And even with the people we have today, some of my dad's old books, even with the intelligence we have today, our national security could not decipher the code that my dad used in that book. But my dad could find everything in there. But if you got his book and went to try to figure out what he meant by something in there, ain't happening. Code breakers couldn't have figured that sumbitch out. But my dad could tell you what cows weighed and what the market was at the time and what logs the log company was paying per foot, which log company. Oh my God, it was like, oh yeah, and it was chicken scratch on top of chicken scratch in the corner. So it was like a page he would mark in the corner or the bottom, middle, or over one and just like really press on it. And that was the new, you know what I mean? Anybody else know anybody like that? Yeah, that was the real one. Recycled paper. Yeah, it was that damn copy through paper, but it really wasn't. He just mashed so hard it wrote through into the next sheet. That was the true old guys. You go, my mom threw away my dad's books, and I was so mad. I was so pissed off. I was like, what? What do you mean? And if you wanted to fill it all out correctly and do the whole thing, you had to have a comb. You had to have a comb in your pocket. The true old guys had a comb, their wallet, the notebook, the pen, and but you had to have a comb. Nobody even carries a comb anymore. Does anybody carry a comb? The little short one, like that long, black. Oh, the knife, you couldn't go out of, you couldn't even, they didn't have a knife on them, they didn't have their pants on, and that's exactly what they would say. You got a knife on you, Johnny? Do I have my pants on? Yeah, and you know why I have a knife on me? Oh, there comes that red squirrel. You know why I have a knife on me? Because I don't loan it. That was the other thing. Can I borrow your knife? No? You got a knife on you? Yeah. The black comb. Yeah. Yeah, you know why I have a knife? Because I don't loan it to people like you that don't have one. Oh, I can't go nowhere without a knife. That was so hard traveling. Usually I bought a pocket knife everywhere I went, and I would stick it in the maintenance guy's shop somewhere on top of a shelf or something. So when I came back into town, me and my dad would always, my dad never carried a firearm, ever. He was a big scary dude anyways, but my dad would say, you never carry one because unless you're going to use it right now. World was a little different back then. People would actually fight. Yeah, that was the write up though, but I kept his comb. So much still got baby oil on it, man. My dad was a baby oil guy too. The hair oil stuff, the slick back. My dad looked just like the Fonz, big old chops. He was about 6'4" or 5" whenever he was younger, about 285 pounds, super tall. I was always staring straight up, talking to my dad. Drink Bud Heavy and baby oil. Oh yeah, the hair oil, baby oil was all the same shit. And it was like made it black. Oh yeah, fawns, they had the hair all slicked back. Literally, that was my dad. Dark hair, widow's peak, super tall, chops for sideburns. I'll have to find a picture of him. Yeah, everybody getting out of that sun. Go pick at that hay. They got a full bale right there, but they don't like that hay. Elvis, yep. I've had lots of people tell me through the years that I reminded them of Elvis. It's that widow's peak, but I never had the dark hair. My dad did. My dad had the dark hair, super tall, big. I know, but I think I'm going to jump off here, honestly. I'm going to try to get a couple things done today. Here comes Merle. Look at him. He's got another fucking nut. What is he doing, dude? What are you even doing, brother? He's backtracking that red squirrel. Uh-oh. I heard him bark. He's gonna kick your ass. I know. I feel like that one squirrel sent him over to get hickory nuts, bring them back, or he's gonna get his ass kicked. It's like prison rules out here. What are you even doing, dude? Oh yeah. It's illegal to use a knife for self-defense in Canada. Yeah, you can't pull a knife in a fist fight. Arkansas, I think, is stand your ground now. So, which, as we've all learned, that really doesn't mean anything. Believe it or not, Arkansas used to be one of the, what's it called, flea? Like, if you had any kind of escape, even inside your own home, you had to try to get away before you could, take full-on measures against somebody, which was kind of shocking to me that Arkansas was like that. I think, yeah, if there was any way for you to get away, you had to try to get away. Arkansas is now too. I can't believe that about Arkansas, but it sure was. You really got to go by county now. Y'all too. I'm gonna jump off here. Y'all be good. See you guys.